Hey, what is up? I got 3 very interesting keyboards for you guys today. Extremely budget friendly and packed full of features at half the price. This one is the EISA Max K686. $60 or maybe even $50+ if you can get it at the right place. This one is the $73 LTC Nimbleback. This is also 96%, so this is called the Nimbleback NB981. And the last one that I have for you is also $73. This is the LTC Nimbleback 841 because it's got 80+ keys, I suppose, and this one is a Pro TKL, and we'll talk about this later on as well. Now, all of these 3 keyboards are like packed full of goodies besides the price. So let's start with the similarities that they all share. All 3 are mechanical style keyboards, which means they all use mechanical switches and not those the squishy type of membrane cheap keyboards. They are all Windows and Mac compatible. They all have plastic chassis and body. However, the LTCs, this one and this one, seem to be much heavier and have a much more kind of like robust feeling. They're way heftier than the Redragon, and we'll talk about that later on. All 3 are also tri-mode, meaning that they can connect 3 different ways: in wired mode, Bluetooth mode, or 2.4 Hertz with a USB dongle. This one is stuck on here magnetically like that. The one on the Redragon is stuck on the side here. You just pull it out and that's your 2.4 Hertz dongle. And the one on the Nimbleback 96%, the dongle is right here, also stuck on kind of like with a slot and magnetically as well. So all 3 have this, I think most keyboards, like reputable or any kind of keyboard worth their weight, will have these 3 tri-mode compatibility. I think unless you are really high-end gaming that only has wired mode, that might not have tri-mode, but most keyboards nowadays are this way, which is how most people use their keyboards anyway, right? Connecting 2.4 to your PC and then Bluetooth up to 3 devices, your tablet, your phone, maybe even your TV. They all have this like built-in batteries that will keep you going for weeks without charging. I think all of them carry 4000 milliamp batteries. All of them have 3-stage flippy feet. So you've got that flat level 1, then you've got a level 2 height, and then you've got maximum level 3 flippy feet. So that's very useful if you want to adjust your height. You don't get that with aluminum keyboards. You only get that with plastic chassis where they can build in those flippy feet. Now, all 3 keyboards also have 5 layers of dampening. Well, when I say 5 layers, I mean the Redragon has 5 layers, the LTCs have 3 layers, but they have incredibly thick 3rd layer. I think this one is 11 millimeters of foam padding, and I just want to show you what 11 millimeters look like in foam padding. That's how thick an 11 millimeter foam padding looks like, and the Pro TKL has a 12 millimeter foam padding at the bottom of the case. So pretty incredible kind of layering that you get out of these 3 keyboards. A lot of dampening, giving you like a quieter typing experience, a more premium kind of feeling. And this feature is growing in popularity recently, and it seems like these companies are like a little bit ahead of the curve when it comes to this trend. They all sound nice, they all feel nice, and this is really important for their brand. Of course, being mechanical also means that you have hot swappable switches, and this kind of like extends the life of your keyboard, being easily serviceable. If any one of your switches breaks or they don't perform correctly, you can easily swap them out. Or you know, if you want to upgrade, you want to mod your keyboard, you can just buy different switches and swap them out without any kind of problem. They also have software user interface, which means you can remap your keys, adjust your RGB setting. I think they have like 22 presets of RGB, and on top of that you can set the brightness and speed, set up a function layer or macros as you wish, whether it's for work, for spreadsheet shortcuts, or even if you're using it to work with video editing software, you can set up all your macros shortcuts with the software. All three keyboards also use durable non-fading PBT keycaps. These keycaps, PBT means they're not like those old Razer style keycaps where they print the letters on top and then after a while your WASDs, they lose their lettering and they just, you know, it's just blank there. Those are ABS keyboards, keycaps. These are PBTs, which means the letterings are stuck inside the plastic itself and they won't wear or fade out. So that's really good. So now that you've seen what the similarities of all three keyboards are like, we should start looking at more in-depth of each one. So let's weigh them out so you have an idea of how light or hefty they are. So the Redragon, I've already weighed it to cut this video shorter a little bit, is 930 grams. It's pretty not heavy, not light, but under 1 kilo. The LTC 981, this one is a chunky boy, 1.3 kilos, and the TKL version is also 1.3 kilos. These are big chunky boys. They are like aluminum keyboards, about the same weight, also around that 1.3 1.5 kilo mark. So the lightest one out there is the Redragon EISA, and we'll start with this keyboard. And let me put these two away for the timing so we can focus on the Redragon. So like I mentioned, this one is the lightest one, and of course it is the successor to the EISA Pro SE, the anime keyboard that was released by Redragon recently. And of course this is the non-anime version of the same keyboard for people who want this style of 96% keyboard without the anime livery. I think this is it's pretty cool, right? You get the same keyboard but without, you know, I mean, this is more serious looking. People take you a little bit more seriously, less anime. Some people like it that way. Now instead they replaced it, of course, with 3-color theme. We've got the black, we've got the white, and we've got the mint keys. Now the black keys even have green lettering, so that's pretty cool. It makes this, ties it all together, and it kind of kicks it off and makes it stand out quite a bit, being only 930 grams. This is also pretty light keyboard, not too heavy, and depending on your use case, this could work to your benefit. If you like move around a lot, take your keyboard with you to different locations inside your house, and let's say you connect to your TV, for example, this lightweight keyboard will be very useful. If you're a student that travels to different places every day, then this weight loss is, going to be very convenient. The EISA Max is also gasket mounted, which means this is going to be a quite popular trend with keyboards nowadays. Again, 96% keyboard, PBT keycaps, tri-mode, 4000 milliamp battery, hot swappable linear mambo switches with 5-pin slots for endless switch options. Oh, I also forgot to mention it also has a media knob right there. And you can use it to control your volume, use it as an instant mute button. That's your mute button over there. You can also use it to cycle your RGB patterns or designs. that's pretty cool. And then you can also like adjust your RGB brightness if you want. So let's take a look at what it sounds like. That's pretty cool. Alright, next up is the NB981, 981, another version of the 96% compact layout, just like the EISA Max from Redragon. It's got almost all the same features: tri-mode, ultra thick silicone dampening. The bottom pad, like I mentioned earlier, is 11mm thick. The switches are 5-pin hot swappable, meaning it will take most kinds of replacement switches. It's got 22 RGB presets you can cycle through under your PBT keycaps, or if you want more customization, you can just use the LTC software user interface to personalize your experience. It also has the two-stage flippy feet. The first one, stage 1, is pretty difficult to flip out, but there it is, really low first stage, and then second stage for that maximum height that you can get. Pretty sturdy flippy feet, it's pretty good. You also get a recessed USB-C cable here, and then you can route it out to your left side, to your right side, or straight out the middle. That is completely up to you, which is pretty useful considering everybody's setup is kind of different. Some people want their wires routing out to the right or to the left or to the middle, so this is pretty thoughtful of them, pretty good design. The colorway as well is pretty unique because you don't really see this kind of colorway a lot or very often. It's also a pretty chunky boy at 1.3 kilos or nearly 3 pounds. This isn't a very mobility friendly keyboard. This keyboard wants a permanent place on your desk and doesn't really like to move around. So let's take a look at what it sounds like. Okay, the last keyboard we have here is the LTC NB981 TKL Pro. NB981 right there, 841. This is the Pro version because I think because of that screen and that knob probably. AKA TKL also means 10 key less. Compact, space saving. Again, almost all the same features. on tri-mode ultra thick silicone dampening. The bottom pad, it's advertised as 12 millimeters thick. Again, 12 millimeters looks like this. It is pretty thick silicone dampening at the bottom of the pad. The switches are 5-pin hot swappable, meaning it will take like most kinds of replacement or upgraded switches. It has a little more pro features like south facing LEDs, while the other two are like north facing LEDs. I don't know why. There's something about south facing LEDs that keyboard enthusiasts respect a little bit more. Another pro feature is that it has that TFT screen, which will show you the time or your method of connection or your battery life, or you can use it to switch from Mac to PC. You can use it to change your RGB settings, or you can even monitor your CPU status just by setting it up over there, or you can even set it to play GIFs if you like. Again, there are 22 RGB presets that you can cycle through under your PBT keycaps. Again, you can use the provided software to customize your macros, your function layers if you like. I did promise you that all three keyboards are jam-packed full of features, didn't I? So let's take a listen to the typing sound. So in closing, the three keyboards today are one of the best value to performance keyboards I have ever had the chance to play around with. We are like in 2024 living the best peripheral life. If I'm being honest with you, there is no better time in keyboard memory that I have seen. So many choices of brands, packing so many features at prices that are just near rock bottom. Picking up one of these like lesser known brands makes a lot of sense to me because they aren't new to the market, but they're well established brands that have been delivering value added keyboards for many years. Their prices are still low because I think they're playing the long game, building like market share and recognition and trying to join the big boys. Maybe in 5 years you see them have like high prices, and there's another brand out there that will take its spot in the value added keyboard segment. Until then, we can enjoy the keyboard in the sub $60 market, and hopefully this pushes more innovation and competition. Anyway, that's my video for today of these three really wonderful keyboards at really competitive prices with a lot of features. There's just nothing negative I have to say about these keyboards, and I hope you got some useful information out of this, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.